BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Welcome to the Maritech 2024 conference. This is Gale Force Wind. I'm Andrew Murphy.
And I'm Finn Benecke.
We have Jerry Carew and Alan Dale. First off, we'd like both of you to introduce yourselves and what it is that you do.
So I'm Jerry Carew. I'm one of the co-founders of Gale Force Wins, which actually started as an inspirational podcast on Zoom, and it's taken us around the world, and we've morphed into a company doing a lot of podcasting and video casting from trade shows.
And I am Alan Dale, the other co-founder of Gale Force Wins, and I just follow Jerry's lead.
Good enough.
Yeah. Sure he does.
So actually you've been interviewing people all day long, but I think you've only been behind the camera, so almost. So now you're in front of the camera too. How do you find the conference so far, the experience here?
Well, there's a lot of energy here. One thing I'll say is that Alan and I travel around the world doing this. We've been in a lot of places, but when a conference comes to St. John's, Newfoundland, from what I can gather, they were here 7 years ago, the number of booths has doubled. This brings a lot of economic prosperity to the province, and the organizers at Maritech are world class. So from that perspective, I'm really happy that it's here in St. John's.
Yeah, Maritech is, it's a great opportunity to bring the whole maritime sector together with a real focus on the technical aspects. And I find that both CI Marie and Sammy do a great job bringing people into the room. It's a very inclusive conference. It's a big tent here, and everybody is welcome into the conversation. A lot of good business getting done, and it's an exciting time right now in Canada in the marine sector. So yeah, it's a great conference so far.
It's funny, I've talked to people about not knocking the table. Of course, I knocked the table, almost knocked all the glass over, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, so how do you get people to ask you to come to such events? Like, how do you get the recognition and, yeah?
Well, I'll let Alan take that.
Well, it's kind of like Jerry and I have been building Gale Force Wins for 3 years now. So people now come to us and they ask us to bring our conversation to their show floor. And I think why they do that is because we really focus on an optimistic style conversation. We really want to narrow in on all the good things that are happening. People enjoy that refreshing approach, so they come to us. Would you agree, Jerry?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, it was a challenge because no one really understood what it is we do. But we're probably in the order of around 30 trade shows now, and people are getting it. What's really important for Alan and I is that there's a lot of thought leadership, and the thought leaders that are here need to have their story told. So when you get someone like BlueMetric to sponsor us and allow us to come here and bring our what we call the Gale Force Wins content creation technique, people are starting to understand what it is we do. You know, our YouTube playlist will be populated tonight with about 25 interviews, and that's really beneficial to the members of this organization.
Do you have any recommendations for anyone who wants to follow in your footsteps?
Well, first thing I would say, and I think you might have heard Hannah say this, just get out there and do it. The fact that the two of you are in high school and you're here, I mean, Finn, English is not even your first language, right? So if there's any young people looking at you, for example, get out there and do it. You know, it's just get moving, get some experience.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Oh, I lost my thought.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me turn it on you two.
Yeah, okay.
What has your experience been like here working with us? You've been volunteering. Alan and I have been mentoring you. Haven't had to do much. You're very independent. What has your experience been like?
I mean, it's an amazing experience. At first, when we started with the interviews, I didn't really know what to ask the people, but it's an experience, right? And by the time it gets better and you get to know the people, and there's a lot of opportunities here, and we are very thankful to have this opportunity. I think you guys deserve your recognition, and you're doing a really great job. And
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Andrew?
yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Overall, I'd say it's mostly the same for me as well. It's first time ever attending a conference at all, so it was eye-opening. The interviews were interesting, both being interviewed and doing the interviewing. Yeah, and most of the credit goes to you. So.
Well, let me say this to both of you, and I'll let Alan speak in a second, but you know what? To be a high school student and be able to stand up here and do what you're doing, you should be commended. Not everyone has the courage to speak in public like you both do. So for that, I will say thank you and congratulations for being able to do that. Alan?
No, I agree, guys. It does take courage to kind of make that leap and ask people questions. And some of the people that you interviewed, and I watched some of your interviews, they were very senior people in the marine sector. Some of them were like, I would argue, the godfathers of the marine sector in Newfoundland. And you're a couple of guys in high school, and with speed and ease, you just kind of put the microphone and drew a story from them. And that's a real skill, and congratulations to do that. And one thing you would have witnessed as well today was Hannah did most of the interviews behind the table. Well, Hannah was just thrust into this morning as well. So she hadn't done this a lot either. So there was a lot of firsts today, but it takes courage and, just doing something and just saying, I'm going to go try this is the very first step and perhaps the most important one. So well done.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
And
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That was another episode of Gale Force Wins.
It certainly was.
Thank you.
Blue Metric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. Blue Metric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are Mission Ready Water.